All right, so today's question comes from Sterling from Orlando, Florida. Sterling says, I just started running rather, a Turo management business, and I have a fleet of about 10 cars. I found someone that will manage the cars for me, but should I wait until I'm making more money to do this? Okay, so Sterling, I've got quite a few pieces of advice for you. I like your location, I will say. I think being in a tourist destination, it provides a lot of huge opportunities for you to run this type of business. I also think you're in a very timely situation right now. In the midst of the pandemic, one of the things that a lot of the rental car companies are experiencing, as I'm sure you've noted, is there's a huge shortage of inventory. And so prices are way up and people are looking for alternatives. It's yet to be seen whether that's going to be permanent or whether that's going to be short term. However, one thing we do know is this, and this was actually, if you go back and read Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit, one of the things he talks about is that there's a unique opportunity when there's massive change in people's lives to introduce new product solutions, services, etc. So Target, and he cites this in the book, one of the things that they did is they know that women, when they're pregnant, they make major decisions because it's one of those major life-changing opportunities, right? So they intentionally target people that are experiencing pregnancy because they know they can get them to shop at Target and start incorporating all of their shopping at Target while they're pregnant. So that they literally have entire campaigns built around that, and their algorithm can predict that you're pregnant sometimes before your family members even know, which is a legitimate story. So it's crazy. So here's why I say that. There's a big opportunity right now. It's very, very timely for you to introduce Turo, because now people that have never even thought of Turo or even known what it is, just due to the nature of having to be resourceful, they're going to learn about Turo for the first time maybe ever, or they're going to start using it when before they're like, meh, I'll just use Enterprise, right? So huge opportunity for you here. That's big. Now, I like the location, but also keep in mind with Orlando specifically, I would imagine, and I don't live there so I don't know, but I would imagine it's very seasonal, right? I don't think that now that kids are back in school, we're entering into the fall, I don't know if you're going to see the same volume that you've been seeing to this point. So you have two factors. Things go back to normal and people start renting from their typical Hertz, Enterprise, those folks again. And then you've got a situation in which you may see a little bit of reduction, not a huge reduction, but maybe 10, 15% reduction in what you were doing overall, just due to the situational aspect of what's happening. But also now you've got seasonal nature. And my concern for you is, Sterling, is that you bring somebody on in the peak season, basing it on that peak season and basing it on the circumstance, and then you enter into November, things start to get back to normal on all fronts, and now you can't afford this person. I also have another concern for you, and that's that you're new to running this business, and I usually don't like to see people already sourcing things out that early in the game. Now, don't get me wrong, there are things you can do, like finding somebody on Upwork or Fiverr and paying them $25 to create a little asset for you or help get your website hosted somewhere. That's fine. But given the nature of what this person's going to be doing for you, in essence, this person will be the face of the company. I don't know that you yet have the experience in doing this business. Maybe you do, and I'm just misreading the situation. But from what I can tell, it probably makes more sense for you to go through at least a little bit of period of time to understand the ups and downs, ins and outs, and uncertainties that are going to happen in any business, not just this specific business. Now, as it relates to this specific business, I do think there are going to be a lot of unknowns. You're not operating out of a central hub. You're not in a controlled environment, meaning you have people of all walks of life that speak all different types of languages, driving in places every day that no car of yours has ever been down, right? That's the reality of it. So there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of variables that can come up. And the unfortunate nature is that your person you bring on as manager is going to be experiencing those things, not necessarily you. And there may be a situation in which the manager's like, this is ridiculous. I know more about this business than you do. And it might cause some internal strife and internal conflict because the nature of it is you're not going to have answers for all those things. And this person's effectively going to have to make decisions that you maybe should have been able to make or should have been making prior, or at least been able to inform or have a protocol for. So it's really going to be on the fly for this person. And that's a little bit unfair and also a lot of variables to be considered. The last part I'll tell you is this, and why I'm a little bit gun shy: financial component, operational component. There's one more thing I'm worried about, and that's the actual platform itself. So from a lot of people that I understand that are doing businesses like this. Airbnb is another example. People have management companies where they help people run their Airbnbs. Here's the deal. Those businesses, they run primarily on one thing, the platform they're on. So here's the deal. Let's say this person doesn't do the amazing job that you're doing right now, right? Getting good reviews, going above and beyond, delivering to the level that you deliver, because it's not their business, it's your business. So no one's going to care about it more than what you care about it. So here's the deal. If this person doesn't show face and doesn't do a good job and is rude to customers or no-shows people, and you build up just a few bad reviews and that star rating goes down below 4.0, or you have some really glaring, screaming, and all cap reviews that people are going to be scrolling through and seeing that, you're going to literally either A, have a problem maintaining their status on that platform, because I'd imagine they'd kick you off at some point. But the second part is you're going to have to get so many more reviews to overcome that before you actually are able to be out of that, negative reputation area that could be seriously detrimental to the growth of your business. So I think you're really risking a lot. I know, I get that you're in no man's land because you've got this huge fleet. You're just starting out and you kind of, maybe financially it makes more sense personally to stay in the job or whatever your case may be. But I really think your best interest, what's in your best interest right now, is for you to roll up your sleeves, do what you need to do, even if you have to make some personal sacrifices to make that work. I'm not opposed, however, if you're needing the help, what I'm not opposed to as a potential solution for you is finding some folks, college kids on the side that need a side job, and you just need people to help clean cars and drive things to and fro. I'm not opposed to you bringing in help. That's not what I'm against. What I'm against is bringing somebody to equal level playing field as what you're at so early in the game and potentially committing a salary or a percentage of what you're making overall to this specific person. But again, look for solutions. The solutions are out there. I think it works out, but I do think it's in your best interest to roll up the sleeves and dig in a little bit in this business. But I wish you the best, and I hope it works out. All right, so this is what we do on Startup UTV. So if you have business questions yourself, or you want to present something you want me to answer personally on this show, you can do a couple things. You can actually drop a comment in the comment section below, which is the easiest way, and just leave your question, right? Provide comments here on Sterling's situation. Maybe you've got some insight. Maybe you've done Turo before, or if you want me to do another episode with your specific question, you can drop that there as well. And then all the basic stuff, right? Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Definitely hit the bell, because now you're not going to see anybody. I see videos, the channels I've subscribed to, I haven't seen their videos in years. That bell is essential if you want to see more stuff like this. But that's what we do here on Startup UTV. We help people leave jobs and start and run successful businesses. So I'll see you guys in the next one.